I was hoping for a really easy climb to legend with that deck. Darn. Rough start for this deck, but it's okay. When I said I would switch when I fell to rank 3, I lied. Some decks perform so badly, and then you want to jump ship. I think it's fair to say that. Well, I will admit that it's not fair to say that I gave it a fair try, but I probably gave it a bit longer than some people would have. Still, I don't think that's a fair try, but I know this deck will do well. At least. I'm kinda sad.
Let the hunt begin. I will fight with honor.
Pretty sweet. Keep. Have you tried the Dragon Priest? Is it any good? I've played against it a few times. It hasn't seemed very impressive. I've not played it myself because it hasn't seemed very impressive. Can't I win yesterday with that Hunter deck? That Hunter deck seemed really good in the tournament yesterday. I mean, really, it's variance. 6 games is a small sample. 7 games is a small sample size. Going 1-6 is a signal that your deck might be bad. But it's not. To be fair, it's not that terrible. It's possible that everything just. Oh, wow, snakes.
Reporting for duty.
I mean, someone can just go in and see, like, oh, 1-6, and it's clearly terrible. That's a terrible deck. But it's not that clear cut. You can go on a bad streak.
The battle.
Weapons ready.
Once I draw the Consecration, I'll activate the snakes. Until then, I have to just go face. Explosive Snake is an interesting combination.
Weapons ready.
Will there be a Trump reviews for GVG? Unlikely, because I broke up my Goblins vs. Gnomes reviews into several videos, and it'd be very difficult to review my review. Thoughts on Flare in the current meta? I'll give you the broad answer. I think if you're running against 50% decks of secrets, Flare is a good card. Alright, strongly representing the explosive trap there. The other one I know to be Snake. Probably worth it to clear off his guys then.
Weapons ready. Put this apple on your head.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Oh, Antique Killbot. It's very nice to meet you. I should play it first. Wow. Wow.
Weapons ready.
Oops.
Reporting for duty.
Forgot I had the mana left over. Actually, forgot I had a juggler.
I feel icky.
Also, I wasn't gonna attack face anyways.
for duty. To arms, men!
Hey, catch!
That juggler. He did what he liked till the end. I mean, I actually wanted him to go face-face there, so good job, juggler.
To battle!
Running the program.
Well played. Well played. Your soul shall be mine. I will fight with honor.
What do you think about changing cards or adding new minions that get weaker if their battle cry goes off? For example, making BJH a through 2 if he gets his battle cry off since it's a big swing. Sure, that sounds like a card design that is perfectly viable.
Shields up. Red alert.
What does the arena site use? That's in the FAQ. You're supposed to be going up the ladder. Thank you for your advice. I will take note of it. I'm no expert, but he said his Paladin deck has bad times against Hunters, all kinds. No, that's actually wrong. This deck has a favored matchup against all Hunters,
Engaging
in my
DC
opinion.
130 into dislocator.
From the void I come.
Weapons ready. Who are you?
How do you think about putting a Blood Knight in this deck? To hit the shielded mini-bot's Divine Shield? Seems like a weak reason to put it in. There's not enough Divine Shield out there to make Blood Knight worth it. In my opinion. Hey, Pagel again. Kinda like having the Pagel. Thank you, Pagel.
Thank you.
Weapons ready.
Alright, Pagel Fishing Engine is on. I was reluctant to play the Mind Control tech on turn 3, but is it or the Aldor? Against Zoo in particular, it's really easy to get Mind Control tech to go off. I could have considered Guy, but the 3-3 is strong.
My shield for Argus.
The nightmare is he has a good demon. The dream is he doesn't. Doomguard would probably be worse since he just Doomguards my Pagel.
Fight, maggot. Almost out of time.
Ooh, nice. Ah. Oh man, Pagel. Thanks for all the fish. Alright, Pagel. You deserve to be protected.
Weapons ready. Shield, tail, blade.
Reporting for duty.
Do you think it is better to play a deck that counters the meta or the one you enjoy the most to climb ladder? Depends on your goals. Depends on how good you are at the deck. The real answer is both. If I were to rate importance, it's better to play a deck well than play a deck that's good against the meta.
To battle.
What? No fish. I played that turn a bit too quickly.
I have no time for games.
But it turns out to be okay. I think I would have ended up doing this. I could have considered Muster for Battle Piloted Shredder. But I kind of want to knife juggle the Muster.
Follow the rule.
Let none survive.
People like catching back up. If you had to pick one class, what would you say is your favorite class to play regardless of strength versus the meta? Warlock? What is a good alternative to Harrison Jones? Well, the card I replaced it with was Solemn Vigil. Azure Drake is a good basic one. If they unnerfed Pagel or Novice Engineer, would they even see play based on the new cards introduced in GVG? It's hard to say. think Bagel would see play. That was Engineer. I think that would also see play. Thomas is already seeing play. Not that commonly, but...
Let none survive.
For justice. Well played.
What do you think about running the same deck like this, both 2 Dragon Consorts and Ysera? So that the only point of the Dragon Consorts is to buff each other in Ysera? It's probably poor. Dragon Paladin hasn't been doing exceptionally, but your call. I haven't had that much, there's not that much time left in the season. I'm participating in a lot of tournaments, so I think no more arena from here on out. Well, no more arena until I secure a top spot. Am I trying to get Golden Paladin this season? It's not a goal, but it might happen.
The light protects me.
Shields up. Red alert.
Is that good to replace Jones for Emperor? In my experience, Emperor Thoristan doesn't get much value in this deck, but it's not an absurd choice to put in.
Weapon ready. Put this apple on your head.
It would be in the top 40 of cards to consider in the deck. And you can only put 30 in, I think.
Get in there and fight, maggot! Reporting for justice.
Weapon ready. Shield failing.
Do you think it's better to craft Harrison or Ragnaros? I direct you to the FAQ.
The battle! The battle! For justice!
Why not coin to knife juggler? Why not coin to knife juggler then mini bot? The opponent started with Argent Squire. If I coin knife juggler, you can play abusive sergeant and kill my knife juggler for free.
Get in there and fight,
It's
maggot!
pretty important that you don't get abused or direwolf in your planning.
For justice! The battle!
If you're sure.
Yeah, 1-1.
Reporting for duty.
Is Oil Rogue decent to climb with, or too many counters on ladder? I think it's fine. What's your view on changing the 30 card limit as more cards get released? Unlikely to happen. I'm okay either way. Do you read fan messages on Facebook? I do. As well as Twitch. Might take me some time to get around to them. Especially recently, I've been quite busy with all these tournaments coming up. I actually want to play more Hearthstone into the evening tonight, but given all the tournament prep and event stuff coming up, I may have to not. Thought a Void Terror might be coming. Well, you guys giving my guys respect. Oh, that's good. Ooh, can even need Consecration. That's probably fine. Keeps my guys. It's good for mana. But I can also not Consecration.
If you're sure.
For justice! The battle! The battle!
Yeah, I only lose one guy. Alright, consecrate that.
Reporting for duty.
Do you prefer streaming ladder climb or doing tournaments? Prefer doing... Well, actually, I'm just gonna answer it depends on that one. And realistically, it doesn't matter, because there will never be enough tournaments that I wouldn't do both. Tempting the Consecration, but I think I can get better. What race did you play in StarCraft, Taryn? Why do people ask so many dumb questions? Because they expect instant gratification, as opposed to doing a little bit of research first. Did you really like your Pokemon run? Yeah, I enjoyed playing the game.
Dare summon me.
Red alert.
For justice.
To be fair, I do understand that it is difficult to come up with good questions if the desire is to interact with me, and I appreciate it. Even though I may be snifty at times, realize it's just because I've been asked the same question for certain questions literally hundreds of times. Most of the questions that I end up skipping, by the way, if your question doesn't get answered, is because it's either a trivial question or it's actually answered already. In the FAQ even. And if I had more time, I would be more vigilant in my updating of the FAQ. But I sure have a lot to do.
Follow the rule. For justice.
Weapons ready.
Have you ever seen Fight Club? Yes.
Well played.
There's some questions which I don't quite understand either. It's like, alright, I'll either answer yes or no to that.
Well played. You win this time.
Do you have any intention to play / stream Are the Heroes of the Storm when it is fully released? I don't know.
I must protect the wild.
I will fight with honor.
What is the most positive thing about the streaming community? Well, quite a lot of the streamers are cool folks, and the viewers, large majority of them are cool folks. They join and do things that they really enjoy. So, for me, I just like doing what I do, so it's a pretty easy answer. Though not particularly profound.
Put this apple on your head.
Nox Ratus is all. For justice. Reporting for duty.
This is a tough opening. The opponent went Chow Growth. I'm not gonna say it's good news that he played Swipe, but it's not bad. I think that's kind of a play around coin quartermaster. I feel like as a druid you are obligated to do that. This time around I don't have it, so I wasn't doing the oh my gosh I hope he doesn't swipe me play.
Reporting for duty.
Do you ever get cabin fever from playing from your house? No, I'm okay with being indoors. Don't you think it's a bit like slow rolling when you attack twice, click well played, and then end him? I mean, it depends on how good your reflexes are on killing him and then saying well played. What are your thoughts on free-to-play budget decks in the current climate to the game? Viable? Yeah, I have no apps I could get to Legend, if that's your question. It's just that I won't due to needing the time to do other things. Could do Coin Owl, but he doesn't have that many cards in his hand. I hate giving him the double discounts, but this hand is not working out, and I need the coin for boom. The fear was he plays lore and gets discounts on more cards, but I don't think I really had a good way of dealing with that. Been a brutal game. With this deck, how do you decide when to play muster on turn 3 versus making a guy given no other options?
Mistake. Well played. Where shall I strike?
If it's a heavy control matchup where it's likely that they have 1 damage to everything, you might want to skip the muster. Otherwise, muster is usually correct. It might depend based on how fast. Basically, play the muster if you think it'll be fast. If you think you can't survive until turn 8 to quartermaster with it.
I will fight with honor. Justice demands retribution.
It's a good hand. It's interesting too. One of the musters will get saved for the super late game.
Put this apple on your head.
Why have you never experimented with green skin extensively on stream? I have. It just turns out that it's very difficult, I imagine, for a viewer to see all the things that I've tried out, given that I have streamed over such a long period of time. It's not absurd to think about it.
Reporting for duty.
Not a bad choice.
For justice. Reporting for battle.
Come on, quartermaster. Sorry.
The battle! The battle! The battle! The battle! For justice!
You play for around 6 hours a day, but are also in tournaments. How do you find the place for perfect tournament decks? I utilize online resources a bit to do research. That's why sometimes when I answer questions of, is this deck good? I'm like, come on, can't you at least put in the legwork to look up these decks? Since I've put all the resources that I look at. So yeah, I do that, and I usually bring the decks that I play as well. Last 2 months I've played a very wide variety of decks, so have experience in a lot of different types. So if anything ever pops up that looks promising, I can jump into it. Do you invest money you make from streaming? If so, what are some of your investments? As someone with a finance major, I obviously, maybe not obviously, but I do strongly believe in the power of making your money work for you. For that as value. Instead of picking out specific stocks, I invest in the Vanguard mutual fund. Because you gotta diversify that risk here. I encourage anyone to start saving from an early age.
I am sorry. Reporting for duty. I've got the beast in my sight.
Yeah, an apology for top decking him. Okay. Wow.
For justice. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Red alert.
Reporting for duty.
Quartermaster. Wow.
To arms, men!
Okay, I guess I can't complain anymore.
To arms, men! The battle! The battle! The battle! The battle!
Weapons ready.
Well
Narrow
played.
escape.
Well played. I will fight with honor. Justice demands retribution.
Put this apple on your
The
head.
dream is to knife juggler into muster. This is usually a bad play if you don't have muster, because then they play shielded mini bot. This is the nightmare.
For justice.
Reporting for duty.
Catch!
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Don't even see these animations.
My work is paramount. Leave me alone.
Oh, Dragon Paladin. Alright, show me what these things can do, Mr. Paladin.
To battle.
Hey, catch!
For justice. To battle. To battle. To battle.
I wield the power of black.
It's not bad.
Shields up. Red alert.
Reporting for duty.
Put this
Possibly
apple on
good.
your head.
That's probably good. Though it's not obvious that it's good.
Reporting for duty.
Weapons ready.
I might not have to lose the Divine Shield.
Put this apple on your head.
Reporting for duty.
Shields up. Red alert. Weapons ready.
I have no time for games.
Follow the rule.
Hey, catch!
Reporting
Weapons
for
ready.
duty.
To battle.
Weapons ready.
For justice.
What is so unfair about this deck? It seems like a traditional value deck. That is correct. It is. Sometimes the unfair thing about a deck is in its consistency. And its so-called value.
Last warning.
Weapons ready. Weapons ready.
To battle. For justice.
It's not much to speak home about, and it wouldn't seem obviously good. In fact, for quite some time, this deck was just outclassed. But it beats up on, but it's reasonable against quite a lot of decks. I mean, if you were to point out one thing that was quote-unquote unfair about this deck, it would probably be the Quartermaster muster being the most extreme way to get value. I barely pulled off a win here. It's very
Weapons
close.
ready. Weapons ready.
It's not sarcastic for those of you who point out, like, oh my gosh, I'm at 30.